Freddie are in Sheffield. It's a bit windier than I thought it was going to be, but we're going to go looking for some treasures down at the river. But we had to come to Beers first in Sheffield to get a pork sandwich because they are the best in the whole country. Right, let's get off. Right, there's always an argument over how it's spelled, how it's pronounced, sorry, as well. Some people say berries, some people say beers, and it's beers, but it is beautiful pork sandwiches from there. Anyway, this video is not sponsored by them, it's just, they're so good. So we're gonna crack on and then get down to the river. Right, so we have parked quite a long way away. We've smashed our sandwiches, both of us. We're heading down to the River Don in Sheffield to go mudlarking. That's something I've never ever done before, and it's not something that I've ever seen anyone do in Sheffield before, so it might not work. Like, you may never see this video may never come out, but if we find something, some real history in Sheffield, some real good history. There's the Sheffield Castle, which is hundreds of years old, which is on this river. There's all the stuff from World War II, the 1800s. It's an old place, so hopefully we're going to find something cool. And if we don't, me and him will have a good time trying anyway, so let's go and have a look. Right, we're just heading down towards Sheffield train station, and we're going to try and work out how to get into the rivers further down. I was going to go into Megatron, which is over there, but then I've realised it's a very short piece of outside river, and the rest is underground, which is normally fine, but I have got no torches with me at all, so there's absolutely 0 point. And I want to do it and film it and show you, so we could probably see with our eyes, but I wouldn't be able to film it very well. Yeah, Sheffield train station's pretty cool. It's quite old, I think, Victorian by the looks of things, with the old girders, and for some reason we've got some sort of dragon up there, but I can assure you it's nothing to do with Wales. Right, we've decided to, rather than walk right along the busiest road in the world, we've decided to come up through the centre of Sheffield, show you a few bits on the way through. This is where I used to go out clubbing in my day, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, listening to all those trance bangers. But yeah, Sheffield Hallam University is just up there. You've got, at this side, you've got Ponds Forge, International Swimming Pool. What else is up here? I'll show you when we get to it. If you ever come to Sheffield, never ever go in that pub. It's awful. It's full of Sheffield United fans and it stinks. I once had to go in there before a boxing match with my mates, and I didn't like it. It smelled like gone off pork. Right, just heading up to the centre of Sheffield, up some dodgy little back streets, but somewhere around here there's an entrance to some hidden tunnels in Sheffield. I don't know where it is, but I know it's somewhere around here, because there used to be the entrance to the Hole in the Road. The Hole in the Road was really famous in Sheffield. It was a tunnel that ran underneath one of the main bits of Sheffield, where the tram tracks used to be, near the cathedral. God, I've done 3 steps and I'm dead. I'm sure it was on, oh no, maybe it wasn't on this bit, a bit further up, but there's a tunnel somewhere and the door is still there, I'm sure it is. Right, so the Hole in the Road used to be there, and I'll put some photos in a minute, but it was before you were born, and I wasn't very old, but it makes me wonder if down some of these grates you can still get into the tunnels, because I have a feeling you can. Me and Andy came looking for ways into tunnels a few years ago and never made a video out of it, but it's something I wouldn't mind trying again, but I don't know if I dare do it on my own. So, and especially not on ones in the middle of the road that are quite busy. Right, let's head off down towards where the castle used to be. Right, so Sheffield Cathedral is just behind those buildings there. I'm not 100% sure where the castle used to be, but it sort of gives it away, because this is Castle Square. That Granddad's castle house. So you'd think it'd be somewhere around this spot, but I'm not 100% sure. Now when I was growing up, I used to come and get on the bus just down here with my granddad, and he used to convince me, and my mum did I think as well, that this guy on this wall was my granddad. And I believed him for years and years. And I don't know who he actually is, it's just some random man with big ears and a big nose. But clearly he looked close enough to my granddad to be him. Now just behind that wall is somewhere that you probably recognise from one of our earlier videos, somewhere that took us ages to get in, me and Andy. And it's one of my favourite explores still, just because it's in my hometown and it's somewhere that took us a long time to actually manage to get in, and I'll show you now. I'll show you the back of it, because I don't think you've ever seen the back, and it's not quite as impressive at the back, but just give you a bit of an idea. Right, so this is the back of Sheffield Courthouse. In fact, we'll walk down, because like I said, I don't think I've ever showed you the back. Things have been sealed up and looks very, very different. But I'll tell you a couple of things. First of all, the Yorkshire Ripper was kept here for a very short period of time. Yorkshire Ripper, I think he's died recently in the last couple of years, so he's not about anymore, but he was a really bad man. But the cells are just down in there, which you can't get to anymore. But the courthouse was all linked, well, the courthouse was in here and now it's round the other side. But all these buildings were like to do with it, they were like solicitors' buildings and stuff like that. So anyway, I'll show you where me and Andy got in, because you can't get in that way anymore. So we actually got in through that window there, which is now padlocked up, and we put some bins underneath and we climbed up through that window. However, the people in this pub, the Hen and Chickens, then came out, moved the bins and blocked the window, like locked it from the outside, because that mesh was on it, but it was unlocked. So when we got out, we actually had to climb out onto that bit of roof there and slide down. Now I've only just noticed this. They've put spikes and anti-climb paint on it now, so there's no way you could do that anymore. But we literally slid all the way down that. And Freddie, just film me a minute just to show how big it is. One sec, I'll put it on 0.5. There we go. So if you can see the difference of me and the top. So as you can see, it's a big, stand at the bottom again, Freds. So Freddie is what, 4.5 foot? About 4 foot, just over 4 foot. So think how high that is to slide down. And Andy is petrified of heights, so I think he did really, really well. But it's looking like this place is sealed for good now, which is good, really. Now, even though this pub is really, really old, it's got a proper bad reputation. So we didn't want to mess with the people next door. So even when they locked us in, we were not having any problems with it. We were just getting out of there as quick as we could. So this is the side of the building. There's absolutely no way of getting in at this side. Well, there is a window. You can just about see there that is open, but it's an absolute nightmare to get in there. And I think they've sealed that from inside as well. So we were actually quite lucky to get in. Now the bit with all the stuff across the road, there used to be Castle Market there. I used to go there with my granddad when I was little, but we used to wait for our bus just down here. And as you can see, everything's sealed on here as well. There's no windows open, no way to get in. So I think this place is pretty much done for exploring. So I do feel quite privileged to have stood right up on that bell tower and had a look across the city. I'll put a link in the description for the actual video when we did that, so you can have a look. But as you can see, it was quite a grand place at one point, but now it is done. And they need to do something with it, they need to save it. I wish I'd got my drone with me actually, to send the drone up. Oh look, this is the way that they used to bring the horse and cart in. So yeah, he used to bring the horse and cart in here. That's what it was designed for originally. Obviously, vans and stuff came in after that, but it's old enough that it would have been a horse and cart bringing the prisoners in. And then if we look inside, you can't see very much really. Not very much at all. but that's the entrance into the cells down there. Right, so we're in a bit of a, look, you can see the courthouse right there. I was right up in that bell tower. I'll try and put photos in if I can find them. But yeah, this is called Waingate, and Waingate is where the gate used to be into the city, up to the castle. So you'd have different gates, and so there's some quite old buildings, but this area is a bit of a lot of a dodgy area. At night time you get shootings and stabbings and all sorts around here. However, this is Ladies Bridge that we're on, and this is the river we want to get in, but in a bit where it's not so full. We want to get in a bit where it's maybe like this or a bit more shallow. So we're going to just walk up until we find something. It's nice to have a nice walk around Sheffield anyway. Right, so all the mud flood people are going to go mad about this now, but this is Castle House. It's quite old, but just below it there's loads of bits of the building that aren't used anymore. Me and Andy tried to get down there and we couldn't find a way down, so me and Freddie definitely not going to find a way down. You can you? Well, I could throw you into the river and you could swim to the edge, but then I don't know how we're getting back out again. But this would be the perfect place to start looking for stuff down here, because I just have a feeling there's going to, even though there's going to be rubbish down there, there'll be historic bits knocking about in the rocks and the undergrowth that have been washed down over the years. Oh, it actually says Castle House there. I've never noticed that before. There, look, above that door. So that's quite cool. So I might just have a look and see if we can see a way down, because I want to know what this bit of building is anyway, and why it's there, because it's quite strange that it's like that, and it's nothing to do with the mud flood, before you say anything. Right, so just up from the bit where it says Castle House, there's this as well. I don't know what that used to say, but they've removed whatever it is, and you've got a coat of arms and an upside down horseshoe. But then there's this plaque, which I have no idea, I've never heard this before. Lizzie the Elephant's contribution to Sheffield's factories and steelworks during World War I. So you're telling me there used to be an elephant round here that used to move stuff? Like, I've heard of things like that before, so it's probably true. But I've never heard about it in Sheffield before. So it just shows you can find out bits of history about where you live, like just by going for a walk. Right, so if we'd gone through the tunnels at Megatron, this is where it would have brought us out, just up the road from those bits that we were looking at a minute ago. Now, like I said, oh, they're cute. Some baby geese down there I've seen. Oh, they're very cute. But it's a bit like there will be things down here definitely to find, but it's awkward. I just don't know how we're going to get to any of it. In my head it were easy to get down here, but now it's not so easy. This bridge was built in 1916, so the tunnels underneath there have only been there since then, just over 100 years. But that doesn't mean that there won't be stuff there, because those rivers would have still been there, they just would have been uncovered. They covered them up to build shops and stuff on. I think we should probably head off further down this road, down towards these bridges, and see if there's a way down over there. Freddie's just found this little bit down here, which would have been perfect. Like, I'm pretty sure, where did I just see it now? I can already see bits of pottery, although I don't know how old that is. And there's probably loads of horrible stuff in there, like there's plastic and all sorts. But there will be some good stuff, because that's the sort of place things collect under the edges of bridges. And I think we would have found something pretty cool down there, but we can't get down. I have got my ladder in the car, but it's like a 25-minute walk back to the car, and I don't know whether I can be bothered to go and get it. But we'll keep looking up further up here and see what we come to next. Right, we've made our way down under the bridge. Now there is going to be a lot of horrible stuff, and I've warned Freddie before people tell me not to pick up things like needles, stay away from rubbish and broken glass. So we're going to work our way up. Look, I can see things already that might be relatively old, but we're going to have a proper good look. But we're going to make our way up that direction and then probably away from the city that way into the water, but we'll see how we're feeling once we've been up here. Right, so Freddie's got a pinpointer to try and find anything metal. So far we've only found a mug and a vape. But I expected it on this bit because this is the bit that people generally can get to. So as we get further up, hopefully that's when we'll start finding more good stuff. Now the first semi-interesting thing I've found is this. That's definitely man-made into that shape. It's broken down the middle and it's got ridges on it, so I wonder what that was off. I know, oh by the way, look at my socks. I never wear socks, but look at them. They are smashing. But yeah, I just wonder what that was off. If it was off a building, if it was used for grinding something, I don't know. But like I said, you can start to see more and more things popping up, like that chunk of metal, I think, off some scaffolding. But we are starting to see more things now. Now Freddie's just brought me this and said, oh, is this a bit of bone? And no, it's actually a bit of oyster shell. Now oyster shell is a good way to sort of realise there was a settlement around here around Roman times, because they used to be absolutely obsessed with eating oysters. It was a quick, easy, cheap meal, and they used to eat them by the thousands. So well done, Freds. First bit of history, even if it is only a bit of oyster shell. Now Freddie's just found it's him at the moment. He's like the observant one. I'm terrible. What it is, I can't bend. Can't bend very well because of my back. But he's found a couple of bits of old Victorian pottery, a handle. I don't know what that is. It's got quite a good pattern on it though. Something and Bates. That would have been a big sort of like probably beer jug. Not jug, like a, I can't think of the word to bring it in anyway. They used to bring them in like flagons. Would it be a flagon? I'm not sure, but that's what that is, I think. I don't know what the long thing is. Looks like a ridiculously long cow tooth, but it's not. So anyway, that's what we've got so far. But Freddie's really good because he proper digs down and finds stuff. And also there's another what looks like oyster shell down there as well, or some sort of shell. So we're definitely seeing signs of life, and we've hardly got anywhere yet. Right, the next thing that Freddie's found is really unusual. It's very thin. I don't know if it could be silver, that, but I'm not 100% sure. But it looks like a child's bracelet of some sort. Not sure about that.
I think I've just found something good, Dad.
You found what?
Something good.
What you found that's good? Oh, a nice chunk of pottery.
Yeah, but
with some pattern on it. Freddie likes his pottery anyway, but that's big, thick, old. Could even be like a floor tile, that, but anyway, we'll put that in the bag and show you everything at the end. Right, this next bit's going to be fun because we've got to a part where there's nothing to walk on. So I'm going to have to test out the depth of the water before Freddie can come and see what we can see, because this bit here, like literally you can get down off that bridge and anybody can come and have a look. So I would have thought plenty of people will have looked round here already. Where we want to be is on the mini island up there. Just up there, look. I can already see something over there that looks pretty cool, but we'll look at it if we get to it. Right, I've got him following me around this little bit. It's this bit across here that's going to be awkward. However, like I said, as long as I test it out first, it should be all right. Right, I managed to carry Freddie across. You weren't too bad, you got most of the way there yourself, but it's very slippy. So I'm just going to have a look over here a minute, and he's going to head off to the island. Right, the thing I wanted to show you over here, obviously these are brand new like breeze blocky type things, but on the end of it is what looks like quite an old like millstone or some sort of workings out of something. So that'll have been from years and years ago, and they've used it to weight that down or something. I'm not hold it in position, God knows, but there's bits of history knocking about all over, even if they're not that interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, that's a round stone, but it's still good to see bits of like your heritage and stuff. And look, you can see the courthouse off in the distance now. Apart from that little bit of chain or whatever it was that Freddie found, this is probably the best thing I've found so far, this spoon. It's quite an old one, I think, as well. big deep bowl in it. That's quite good, that. I don't think it's silver or anything like that. There is some markings on it, but I don't think silver would look this colour. So I'll stick it in the bag, we'll clean it up and we'll see what it is anyway. Now looking round, there is more stuff that just don't fit. I don't know what that would be from. There's more oyster shells. They're everywhere, to be fair, they're all over. But it's things like bricks as well. And I know bricks don't sound that interesting, and people that go mudlarking aren't usually bothered about looking at bricks. But occasionally, and no doubt I won't be able to find one now I'm looking, they have the maker's name on. And I think that's a big part of history around here as well, because a lot of the buildings, they will be knocked down, the older buildings, and it'll be I literally can't find one now. I'm looking for one. There's bricks everywhere, but none with names on. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, before these places were built, all along here would have been brick built like other buildings, and they've knocked them down, and all the rubble will have ended up in the river or further up the river and washed down. So they're probably brickworks that don't exist anymore, and quite historic buildings that are now nowhere to be seen anymore. So yeah, it's not really interesting. It's a brick, but to me it sort of does hold some sort of interest, because it's what used to be here before we started building monstrosities like that. Now something else, I thought this was a bit of pottery, just normal pottery at first, sticking out of the dirt down there, but I actually think it's an old electric hookup thing, like where they used to sit on the edges of buildings or on the top of poles, and they're the old electric current things that took the electric to your house. So they're the old style ones as well, probably pre-1950s. Nothing massively exciting again, but it's still something back to our past that's changed. And I know this isn't sort of your stereotypical mudlarking session where we're finding coins. I want to find stuff like that, don't get me wrong, but I do still appreciate the other stuff. The stuff, I think it's because I go around houses and things like that, so bricks and electric and stuff, that also really interests me. So anyway, let's keep looking. Now I'm glad I've got a nice sensible child. He just saw a handle sticking out, pulled it, and then instantly came to tell me, and I could understand why, because look at the size of this. Now that's a big knife. That is like almost as long as my entire bottom of my leg. Now for me, what is the reason you would throw a knife like that in a river, in a dodgy area? Because I've told you, over the back of here there's stabbings and shootings. That could quite easily be a murder weapon, and I'm not sensationalizing, it literally could round here. Now I'm not going to, if it'd been a gun I would have reported it. It's a knife, there's probably no way of tracing that. So for me, I'm going to find a safe place and get rid of it so a child doesn't get it through his head. Right, I'm halfway across the river. I've left him over there looking, told him to be good. It's very slippy underneath here, very, very slippy. But there's a tunnel over it. I think it's probably blocked off inside, but I'm going to go and have a look and see if there's anything to see inside there. Oh my lord, I'm slipping. Right, I've almost got all the way across, and I can see that it is sealed up inside, so I'm not going to attempt to get over, because this bit that I'm on at the moment is the deepest bit, and we're up at the shorts at the moment, which I don't mind getting wet, but if I don't have to, then I'm not going to. So anyway, we'll head back over to Freddie, who's over there, who keeps checking in, see if I'm not dead yet, and we'll carry on going, probably underneath the bridge next. So we had a look on the island, there wasn't loads on there, lots of broken bottles, lots of bits of pottery. We've got some of the pottery to show you afterwards, but we're now in the bit underneath one of the bridge arches here. So obviously the sediment and everything has stopped this bit being used. So we're having a look what we found. Lots of bits of weird pottery. What is that bit there?
This bit. It's like the bottom of...
Oh, is it a lid off something?
It looks like a cup out.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. And then let's look at the other one, that one.
This.
Also weird. some weird bits. But yeah, there's loads of that's brand new pottery there, look. But there is some more like Victorian pieces. Once again, why are you finding all the odd looking stuff, Freds? I don't even know what that's from. And more oyster shells, things like that. So we'll have a bit of a look through here. It's going to be more awkward to film because of the light situation, but that's a bone, Freddie.
Is it?
That's a really old bone, I think, that's been cut down.
We're keeping that.
I don't really want to carry bones around with me. Right, unless it's a skull, I think we'll leave it here. Now, like I said, we're finding loads of bits of Victorian pottery, like smashed up bits, like that one there, look, hidden away. There's loads and loads of it. But the thing is, the river along here is so strong in winter, and like we've had really bad flooding, that it's gonna be, we're gonna be really lucky basically to find something whole. So we're still looking. Freddie, that's another piece of, he keeps bringing me bits that are probably off drain pipes, like toilage drainage pipes. So but if we find something whole, we've done really well. Otherwise we'll just look for something that looks interesting. Right, so I just picked these up and I thought, oh wow, I've actually found something that's whole. And also, I can't get it out now, something, a piece of bottle with an old stopper in the screw-in stopper that used to go in it. That was pretty cool. I thought, but I prefer the thing that's whole. Let's have a look at it. And I'm thinking, oh wow, and then I realised it's the top off a Yankee candle, probably made 6 weeks ago. Something else we keep finding loads of, mobile phones, which also seems quite dodgy that they've been thrown in the river. But yeah, that's been here a while. A Sony mobile phone. But yeah, I found there was a few more down on the river down there as well. I'd love to be able to find out what's on it, like if there's still any data on there, but I'm pretty sure there isn't.
What?
I found my first dead body.
Where?
Here, look.
Not a person.
Well, it's definitely not a person, unless you've got a jaw that looks like that. No, it's possibly, I don't know, you know. I thought a sheep at first, but now I'm not so sure. I don't know. Answers on a postcard. Is this your skull? I've just found another animal. This one's a whole body though. Well, minus half its head.
Squirrel.
A squirrel with an hole in its brain. It's not very old, that at all.
It's not a real squirrel.
Well, clearly it's not a real squirrel. You can't see it going stealing your nuts. Right. Oh, look. We're finding all sorts down here. Look at her.
Harley Quinn.
It's Harley Quinn. What's she doing down here? Minus an arm.
Harley trying to edit someone.
Right, what else? Let's keep looking, because there's, look, another mobile phone.
Look to here.
This is a definite drugs burner mobile phone that's been thrown over there. Let's not hit it. Just because you've got a weapon doesn't mean you need to destroy things. Right, next weird thing I found is this. What is this? Please tell me what this is. It's got 2 holes in it at each end, and it's all wiggly and squiggly and turny. I thought it was like a big screw at first, but the chance of me getting a screw is very, very small. The thing is, we could spend hours. Look, just wandering along. I keep finding them. Another mobile phone, flip phone this time. Got an old flip. I don't even know what make that is. There is no make on that one. Once again, another mobile phone. There's loads under here. Absolutely loads. And we could spend hours under here, to be fair, and we'll probably find all sorts of stuff. It's quite hard to film under here though. I should have brought my torch. I can't believe I haven't. But there's plenty to be found, I'm sure. It's definitely stolen goods with these mobile phones and stuff, because that's a laptop. You don't just, I understand a mobile phone. I can't even open it. I understand a mobile phone because there's just some Victorian pottery stuck to the bottom of it. Yeah, a mobile phone, you could drop out your pocket, you could fall in the water. You don't just drop a laptop down here. That's not normal behaviour. So it's definitely, there is stolen goods down here, 100%. That looks like an old knapsacky type thing. That's where people would chuck jewellery and stuff like that in, things like that. Oh look, I like it when they've got the writing on them. Ancas Brewery, or Lancaster Brewery maybe? I'm not sure. Right, oh god, I'm slowly disappearing off the edge here. But that's the end of Megatron, the tunnels that run under Sheffield. Me and Andy came out to the top of the tunnels, just up there. We couldn't get any further. I went right up to like my armpits in the water. We couldn't get any further. Now we were on top of that bridge a minute ago because we were looking at that where it said 1916, which makes me remember there was also geese round this corner with chicks, so we need to be careful. There's also a full bike just there that's clearly been thrown over the top of here, probably pinched. But I don't want to scare them. Oh look, they're there. I also don't want to be attacked by some geese, so we're probably going to try and cut through the middle bit. Actually, they're not geese chicks at all, they're duck chicks, or ducklets, ducklings, not ducklets. What's a ducklet? No, they're ducklings. So I think the geese may have gone, which is good, because I don't want to. They're old enough to go with the mum as well. We're not proper disturbing them. Right, let's carry on, see how far we can get up here. Yeah, Fred's, I found a knife.
Enough?
Yeah. This one is older, and it looks either like a hunting knife or we've got kids shouting at us and everything up there, but it's either a hunting knife or an old army knife. That, looking at the shape of it there,
we're keeping it.
in fact, I thought it might have a bayonet fitting on it then, because it's got a little circle on the end. We can clean it up if you want, but I don't think it.
Do you want me to?
It's not going to be much to see, but we'll maybe take it back and clean it up.
Broken car.
Freddie's just found a little old dinky car. I don't know how old that is, but looks like 1970s to me. That.
It's something else.
That's pretty cool. What you found now? Be careful, because that is just like, I have no idea what that is. It's got wires on it. It looks like some sort of braking system or something to me. I have no idea though. But yeah, it's a nice little 1970s car. What are you picking up now, random?
I'm not picking it up.
Yeah, leave that there. We don't want that. Right, let's keep going. Now, out of all the things we've seen and found, the one thing that I've seen the most out of anything, and it's horrible and I hate it, is vapes. Disposable vapes are just everywhere, but I suppose they're easy just to lob. If you're not like going to be using it again, just throw it over the edge of the bridge on a night out and all is forgotten. But I think they're going to be one of the worst things, although I have a feeling they might be banning the disposable ones. Right, so we're further up the thing, almost at that bridge. We've just found this little entranceway under here. There's blocked up windows as well, but it might just run underneath these shops. In fact, there's another entranceway there. I reckon this just runs underneath. But the problem is, one, it's full of nettles, which is fine, but Freddie doesn't particularly like them. But more so, every time I stand on here, it slides away. But I don't think it's worth going in myself in there. It looks like just the underside of it. So we might be better carrying on up the river for a bit. Right, so the hidden windows we were talking about earlier on are here. And I don't know if we can get into them or not. But we're going to keep trying, at least further up if nothing else, and see if we can get in, see if we can do more than me and Andy ever did. Right, so that's the walkway we walked along. And this bit definitely looks like it'd been some sort of nightclub or something. Because like the window, like from the 90s, because the windows are all like weird designs and stuff. I don't know if we can get up here and get in or not, but we're going to give it a good go. And this is something I never expected to be able to do, especially not with Freddie. Yeah, that's to get underneath, like we were looking at a minute ago.
Yeah.
I just think there's sewerage coming out from under there because it smells. So I don't really want to go in there if I don't have to. I'd rather carry on the river. But let's have a look and see what's in there. Oh yeah, it's just water, Fred, and it stinks. But we're not far away from where we need to be now. But we're probably going to have to get back in the river in a minute. So keep going. Right, so these are the original windows me and Andy looked at, getting inside and seeing what it was. Well, you can see people up there, that's where we were a minute ago. And that, the Sheffield Ladies Bridge. Now there is a doorway over the other side of there as well, which I don't know what it is, which is quite interesting. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Now, I've worked out we can't really get in here. There's no way to get in. However, we're going to have a quick look inside here and see if there's any way of getting round to it. Might not be able to, but it's worth a look. Right, we've made our way up this little bit here. Now, I reckon they used to bring boats in here. They would have brought the boats in and brought whatever they were to these buildings. Now, I don't know how deep this water is, but this appears to be a little bridge or something over there. So I'm going to make my way over. Oh! That rat! That big fat rat that just ran down there then. Jesus Christ, that scared me to death. Big fat rat just went running down there. He'll come out and get you in a minute. But yeah, Freddie's gutted because it's bricked up at the end there. But there's going to be, wherever there's water, there's always going to be rats. So just don't lick your finger. Whoa! I almost slipped in water then. Don't lick your fingers and don't drink the water. Whatever you do. There's been some animals up here, look. Look at the size of those paw prints there. I don't know if that's cats or what. But yeah, I never expected to be going under Ladies Bridge in Sheffield anyway. It's a bit crazy really. It's so slippy on here though. Right, let's see what we can see around the other side. So it looks like, actually, I've just noticed, this bit of the bridge looks old, but not as old as this. This looks like the original bridge that was there first. And look, GP, CT, and say something else on there, 58 over there as well. So this bit looks really, really, really old. I reckon this bit was well before the original bridge, or well before the bridge that we know now. We've had a slight problem. I'll show you. So I stepped on the edge of here and my foot has gone inside a tube or pipe or something and gone right inside there, and I can't get it back out. I'm stuck. So I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna have to have a bit of a wiggle and a wriggle and see if I can get out. Right, I'm out. Don't panic, don't worry. We're sorted. Freddie's absolutely gutted. He wanted to do one over Andy, I think, by getting in here. Which was just, if I'd got my ladder, we could have done. There's nothing in it anyway, Fred. Oh yeah, bit of a pitchfork. Anyway, I'm gonna go over there, Freddie, and you're gonna wait here for 2 minutes. Because you'll get washed away. But I want to see what that door is. Now normally I'd let Freddie come, but it's a bit quick and I don't want him getting washed away down there. But yeah, look, that's where we are. I would have liked to have got in there though. Just wonder if you can get into the cellars of those buildings as well. But anyway, we'll go and look across this way. Right, I've managed to get Freddie to here, across this bit. It's not a door.
It's like a sewage.
Oh, it's like a hole. Yeah, it might be just for the sewers. I'm still going to try and get to there, but I think I might have problems if I'm being honest, because this bit looks quite deep there. Right, it's shallow at this side where it's going quick, but the deep bit, oh, I don't know about that. Do you want to keep looking for stuff on here? And look at the size of that there. Let's see if I can get it without getting nettled, or just at least film it. Look, there we go. It says it's from Lambeth. I'm sure that's like London Lambeth. Anyway, keep looking. I honestly don't know if this was the best idea, because it's going to be a wet trip home if I slip, and it is quite quick. Don't get me wrong, it goes really shallow there, so if I did fall over, I'm not getting washed away. Freddie's just chilling out there. Oh no, I just can't get the footing. There's stuff on the floor. It's not too deep actually. I expected it to be deeper than this. Oh, although he says that and it's suddenly gone lower and lower. Oh my god. Balance has gone. Oh lord. Right. Probably just gonna... Oh no, I should be alright. I'm gonna say I'll stop filming for this last bit. But I'm sure you want to see me fall if I'm gonna. Nah, it's not that bad. It's not that deep. Right, let's look up here then. Right, once again look. Oh, what's that bit there? There's some writing on there. What's that say? I don't know if it looks like Brian and Tina. Brian and Tina. Brian and Tina have been writing the names in there. I thought it was something really cool and historical then. Just a minute, I thought I heard a big splash. I thought he'd gone in then. Right, let's look over here. Now, like Freddie says, I think it's a drainage thing. So I don't think there's much point going over. But these are the really old bits, look at the bridge. Definitely see the age of it. This is really weird. This is not the video we came out to make. We literally just wanted to make a video about mudlarking and finding stuff, and it's turned into a history video about what's underneath a bridge. Like, look at that bit there that's been bricked up. It's quite cool though, quite like it, but I don't know whether you will. It wasn't my plan. At last I found something with a tiny bit of age. I don't know how old it is, probably only 1930s or something, 1920s. Maybe a little bit older than that, to be fair. It was just hidden away down in the edge, down here somewhere. But it's literally the only whole decent bottle I've found while we've been doing this. I don't know what to think with this bottle. Part of me thinks it's old because it feels chunky. But then part of me thinks, is it like just from the 70s or something? But I actually really like it regardless, so I'm going to bang it in the bag and put it with the rest of the finds. Freddie seems to have found another good little bottle. I don't know what this looks like, perfume or something, I don't know. Have a look. Oh, it's good that. I like that one, Fred. That one's chunky as well. Oh, the end's all blocked up. We'll have to... It's inside that it's dirty, not outside. So, we'll stick... Did you just almost fall? You slid. Right, we'll get that one cleaned up at home as well and have a look. Although I don't know if I want to be carrying dirty water around in my bag, but anyway. I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit devastated. I just tried to clean this up a little bit, shoved something in it and it broke. Gutted. It was a lovely little bottle, that as well. I'm not going to carry broken glass around with me. That's silly. But yeah, cool little find. Freddie, I'm sorry. Just laughing my head off at Freddie the adventurer coming through the trees down the edge of the water. I can walk around them because I've got long enough legs, but he can't. So he has to climb through all the trees. Anyway, we're on our way back. Right, so we've just found another little bottle. I don't know what that one's for. It's got a little plant inside it. It's got its own little like ecosystem living inside. And what was that you just found, Freds? Oh yeah, I don't know what that says on it. Oh, it's upside down. It says something Lane on it.
I've found a domino.
Oh, and a little old domino as well. That's cool. That's really good. Anyway, we'll probably leave the bottle because it's broke. Oh no, we'll take the bottle as well. It's not that broken.
We'll take them with us.
We'll take them with us. We're walking around a different way. This is Ant Marketing. I used to work here. It's a call centre. I used to work for British Gas, Sainsbury's Energy, Scottish Power, loads and loads of different companies I worked for in there. I actually had a really lovely time. Like, I say lovely, I don't mean lovely. I mean a really good time, good mates. But the people from there, I'm still friends with, like, now, and it was brilliant. But just round the corner from here, it's mint. You wouldn't think, like, the river we've come from is just over there. The dodgy area is just over there. And you've got this big place here. And then just underneath here, it's so good. It's called Victoria Quays, and it's a bit of a hidden gem in Sheffield. Unless you're from around here, you're probably not going to know it's here. You've got, it says Sheaf Quay on that building for a reason. You've got all your little boats, well, your long boats and stuff. You've got, like, pub areas. There's all sorts around here. So yeah, like I said, there's loads of little businesses and things around here, little places to come for drinks. We used to pop round here sometimes after work. It's really, really nice. And it's actually really, it's like quite a historic part of Sheffield. I don't know if you know anything about snooker. Ronnie O'Sullivan has a boat round here somewhere. I don't know which one it is, but he often stays here, I think, when the snooker's on. It's obviously Crucible is in Sheffield, where all the main snooker matches happen. So yeah, we're gonna head back to the car and then probably show you what we found. Like I say, there's not much more than I've already showed you, but Freddie wants to show you everything we found while we've been kind of mudlarking. It's not really been a proper mudlarking session, but I've enjoyed it, he's enjoyed it, so that's the most important thing. Right, left Freddie scanning some KFC in the car. I'm going to go to one of my favourite places, Street Food Chef. There is another burrito place as well as this place that I love in Sheffield, but this is the closest to where we were going. Honestly, would recommend this place if you like burritos. Oh, this car's letting me go. Right, let's go get some food. Yeah, the burritos from this place are absolutely banging. Really, really good. Some weight to that as well. So we're gonna... He's finished eating, this kid. Oh, haven't you?
I've still got my big chicken left.
Oh, fair enough. So yeah, we're gonna eat this. We're gonna go to the park. We'll show you what we've got, and we might have a kick about when we get there. Right, we've slammed down our food. I'm going to show you what we've got. It's not loads, it's not brilliant, but they're not bad. Right, so we've got a few things, but my battery actually died on my main phone, so there is one thing you've not seen. So these are all the bits of pottery. I like it when there's writing on them though. Something and bits. Oh, I wonder what was in that. And I do like pottery because it just, like I've said before, it's a bit of a connection to the person that was using it. I also like this one that says something Lane on it. I would like to know what that was, but unfortunately, even though there is some old pottery there, we're probably not going to know. Then we've got the bottle. Oh, and the domino that we found towards the end as well. You found that, didn't you? Yeah. Another little bottle there. I don't know. I'd like to know what they were. That looks like perfume. That one, not so sure. This is interesting. What is this? Is it something electrical? Like for... I don't know. Let me know if you know what that is. This spoon, I tried to see what it said on here. I can't make it out, but it's definitely not silver or anything, because look at the state of it. And then this knife. Now, is it called a Bowie knife when it looks like that? I'm not 100% sure, but it makes me think of like a World War II knife, that. But I might be wrong. Although it has got an hole in the end, which makes me think, does it fit onto something else? I don't know. Then Freddie's pushing the car towards me because he found that. There's no name on the bottom that I can see. I'm not 100% sure. And then, oh yeah, well, I forgot about that, Fred. Then we've got this, which I don't know if it's silver or not. It's not particularly heavy though, but it's not very thick, so it could be. And then this is the last thing that we found. This coin, and I didn't film it. I don't know what year it is or what. It's I don't know. I'll try and work it out now. It's hard when we stood at the side of the road, but it's very similar to one I've seen recently as well. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll try. There is a date there. I can see. I can zoom in on that. Nah, it's too zoomed in. No, I can't see. It's a shame, really. But yeah, look. I think that's maybe... Oh, it does say George there, look. George. But I don't know which George it is. So, it's very similar, like I said, to one that we saw not that long ago when I was exploring. It definitely says something. I don't know. I'm not sure of the date. Anyway, they're the things that we found. Nothing spectacular, but we've had an amazing day, haven't we? You're tired out, I'm tired out.
I'm not.
Oh, you wouldn't be. And now we've come to have a game of football on a basketball court. So, and he's happy about that. So, it's 8 o'clock at night as well. It's beautiful. It's been a lovely day. Anyway, I've got burrito all around my mouth. Look at the state of that, you tramp. Anyway, thanks for watching. I know it's been a weird video, but it's been cool. I've enjoyed doing it. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.